Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we will be looking at the DC Collectibles DC Essentials Yellow Lantern Sinestro figure from the DC Collectibles line. Now DC Direct, I believe. Now, again, as I said in my Hal Jordan review, I've had this in the shelf as well for a while, but I didn't have time to open it because of all the other McFarlane figures that came out. Now that McFarlane has acquired DC Direct, now would be a good time to take a look at this figure. Hopefully, they release this as well as the other figures, because just from the packaging alone, it looks like it's gonna be a fun figure. So, taking a look at the packaging, other than the ring light, you have the DC Collectibles logo at the bottom, direct from the source. He's number 20. If you remember, Hal Jordan's number 19, so one after the other. Yellow Lantern Sinestro from DC Essentials. Up there, you got the metallic DC logo. DC Collectibles, direct from the source. You got picture of Sinestro right there. Let's ring light him. There you go. You got Sinestro, Hal Jordan, Nightfall Batman, and Nightfall Catwoman. Collect them all. I will not. I don't know if I'm going to get either of these two, but the Lantern Core, gotta love them. Well, I do anyway. So here you go. Here's DC Essentials Yellow Lantern Sinestro action figure, if you want to read it. If you want to read that for that language, I believe it's French, if I'm not mistaken. The side, not so much. The bottom, if you want to see it. And the top, beautiful yellow lantern logo. A little bit dusty because it's been in the shelf for a while. So, yeah, I'm actually excited to open this guy. So, let's see how he's like when you open him. And here we have the Yellow Lantern Sinestro out of the packaging and looking pretty great. I believe this is the second or third Sinestro figure that we got in the Yellow Lantern form in the 7-inch scale. But yeah, being one of the only Sinestros that we have, I really like it. Actually, not just that. In general, I think I like it. I like the DC Essentials buck to begin with. It's very standard. It's very clean. And Sinestro is no different. Could he have been taller? I think so. I think he stands a little bit taller than Hal Jordan. Would have been nice if we had his whole parallax look, but for a basic Sinestro figure, it looks nice. So let's go through the details. The head sculpt is very Sinestro. Look at that. Let's bring it up a little bit, the camera. Whoop. There you go. That's a very nice Sinestro head sculpt. There is a dot on his nose that I only know. Oh, no, it's gone. Okay. Nope. It's pretty good. Very pointy nose, by the way. Whenever I move his head up and down, along with the Green Lantern Hal Jordan figure, his nose is really sharp. Very clean haircut, very sinister smile. He has the elven ears. I really like the head sculpt of the figure. Then he has a collar, as Yellow Lanterns do. His neck is not too long, unlike the Hal Jordan figure that we took a look at earlier. The Yellow Lantern logo is printed on very, very well. And his, other than a little bit of fuzziness here at the bottom, I think the paint apps were applied very cleanly. So you have the Yellow Lantern band over there. Again, paint apps done very well. Yeah, between the yellow and the black, it's not as clean, but the logos are clean. For the most part, it gets a bit hazy here at the back, but it's the back of the figure, so it's not so bad. You get a little yellow splotch over there. There you go. Again, not so bad. His legs are plain black, and you get the boots over here. So not a bad figure at all. You also have, in case I forget, see if I can focus on that little hand over there. I was focusing on Sinestro. See if I can get that. Whoa! You can see the Sinestro, the Yellow Lantern logo etched on his ring. So that's really good. I would say that's really good in general. So just the details of the figure, I like it. I like the DC Essentials look, and Sinestro fits in very well. Now, articulation, left, right, with the head. The neck is on a hinge, so it can look up if you can see it. So let's have you look up a little bit. There you go. It can look up very well. There you go. The Sinestro. Look at, I forgot to say he has nice yellow eyes. Very, very nice. Me shaking a little bit. So looking up, looking down with that hinge, very good. Then your standard can go around, can out, can rotate, can bicep, double joint up to that much, can rotate. Both arms have up and down, that sort of motion. Same as this hand. No extra hands, by the way. That's all you get. No accessories at all. Left, right. So there you go. Ab crunch. That much forward, not very much. Focus, please. Camera. Back a lot more than the front. I don't know if you can see that with the hand. So yeah, you get puffy chest, Sinestro. And it doesn't line up anymore, but you know, it's not super bad. Kicks that far forward, a little bit less back. You get swivel here, and there's a huge gap here, much bigger than I would like it to be. Double knees. You get the boots that can rotate. Not as you have the foot, not as, I don't know what I was gonna say with not as. You have the foot, typical joint, very loose on mine, so I'm kind of worried that he's just gonna keep falling over. But otherwise, standard DC Essentials articulation, I think it does the job well. Now, for the articulation is done. I meant to say for the comparisons, let's bring in trusty old ruler. Standing at 7 inches actually, so taller than Hal Jordan. That surprised me. 7, a bit over 7 inches. Here he is. Speaking of, here he is with Halular Jordan. So that's how they stand. His forehead, I think it's his forehead that makes it tall. So really nice. I'm glad to have this pair. Let's compare him. I forgot to say, the yellow of this is a lot more consistent than the green of Hal Jordan. Just saying. Coming in with two other Sinestros. Here we have the White Lantern Sinestro and the Green Lantern Sinestro. The different lives of Sinestro here. We're both at DC Direct territory. And you can see the sculpt of the Green Lantern Sinestro there's a lot more sculpt, but there's a lot more articulation of the Yellow Lantern Sinestro. And the White Lantern Sinestro, the paint is just nice. The sculpt of DC Direct back in the day was just great, but the Yellow Lantern Sinestro has a lot more articulation of the modern age. But they're all good figures. You can see it's not as purple as these two are. Let's bring in Yellow Lantern Sinestro. So that's how the three of them look. That's how he looks back in the day. Let's move him a little bit and fit him in. Let's see, the little shenegling. There you go. So again, you'll see the sculpt of the DC Direct, the older Yellow Lantern Sinestro, is a lot nicer, a lot more detail in the sculpt, but a lot less articulation if that's what you're going for. You're not going to be satisfied with this one. The Lantern came with a different figure, I believe. A lot more orange in this one. So, a lot less shiny, but a lot taller than the new Essentials one. And I think he fits in a lot better with a lot of your Green Lantern figures. If you're not going for the shiny ones, I think this Sinestro looks better. This guy looks a little too short, even though he looks, for me, sculpt-wise, he looks the best, although he's getting sticky a little bit. I don't know if you can see that. But yeah, between the two, I can't choose. Just standalone, I think this guy looks nice. In the team, I think this guy would fit in very much better. So these are the Sinestros that I have. The Sinestros in the 7-inch scale. There you go. That's how they look. Here we have Sinestro with one of his Yellow Lanterns. the DC Direct Archilo. So you can see how they stack up very nicely. I think Archilo could have been a little bit bigger, but these are the only two yellow lanterns that I have, and I wish I had more. I wish I had Crib, and I think were they the ones with the Crib? Oh, I have one more. I said one more, I meant to say two more. I have the Yellow Lantern Virus Dude. Look how he scales over there. Tiny little virus. And, if you count this guy, Scarecrow. One of my favorite Yellow Lanterns. My favorite, might be my favorite villain in general. Definitely my favorite Batman villain. So that's how they stack together, your team of Yellow Lanterns. Oh man. They all look wonderful. Love me some lanterns. Let's get these guys out of here. No! So for my next comparison, I'm going to do my standard comparisons first. So we have DC McFarlane, 7-inch scale, John Stewart, and you can see how they stack up together, so you can see how tall he is. And here he is with the Marvel Legends Iron Man. There you go. That's how they stack. And for the next articulation, normally I do this last, but because I want to do something a little bit ambitious. So because one of my favorite things about DC Essentials is that they released villains which weren't previously released. Before, DC Direct only did heroes, and they didn't do very much of villains. So when they released the villains, I got almost all villains except for Cyborg Superman, I believe. I believe that's the only one I'm missing. So I want to get everyone here for a Legion of Doom shot. Let's see how it looks. So here we have the Legion of Doom DC Essentials villains +1 all together here. And it looks amazing. I'm so glad that DC Essentials did this group of villains, and I enjoy every single one of them, even bow-legged Black Adam right here. So you can see here, you have Sinestro in the middle, you have Cheetah, Brainiac, Reverse Flash, Black Manta, Deathstroke, Joker, Black Adam, and the McFarlane Toys Gorilla Grodd figure. And together, I'm so glad that DC Essentials did this. It gave us villains. My shelf has been missing villains until they released all of these guys, and now I am so glad to have all of them right there. And it won't even focus. My depth of field on my phone camera is not good enough to get all of them in frame, in focus. I have to get a better camera. So what if we move it? So yeah, that's your Legion of Doom right there. And again, I'm super glad to have it. So yeah, what are my final thoughts on this figure? I think it looks great. If you like the DC Essentials line, you're gonna like this figure. There's a great addition to it, especially if you're collecting the villains. Is it amazing? I would say not. It could use more accessories. It could use a lot more, like maybe cleaner paint. But as a basic Sinestro figure, if you want a Sinestro figure in your collection, then this definitely fills the void, and it does it well. You're not going to be disappointed by this guy. So yeah, that's my review of Sinestro. I like it for what it is. I wish it could be a little bit better, but I'm happy. I'm happy with it. I love myself a lantern. I love myself a DC villain, and this guy just hits the marks he has to hit to be a decent figure. So yeah, that's my review. I hope you like. Let me know what you think about it, both the figure and the review. Let me know if you're gonna pick it up. Let me know if you're not. You know, all that things. I love chatting with you guys. It's very fun to talk to other collectors out there. And yeah, I'll see you guys soon. Follow this channel. Stay up to date with what I do. I'll be reviewing more figures soon. Hopefully more McFarlane figures come. But for now, we'll do some more things. I'm still waiting for some more McFarlane figures to come out there. But other than that, enjoy your day. Hopefully you guys have a good day. And yeah, I'll see you guys soon. Bye-bye.